Alisson return fixture confirmed, but Jeremy Frimpong facing longer wait. Arne Slot provided a welcome update on the availability of Alisson after the international break, with the Brazilian to return ahead of Jeremy Frimpong. Alisson has missed the last 7 games since being forced off at Galatasaray with another hamstring injury, while Frimpong has been unavailable for the last 4 with the same issue. Reports on their respective returns identified a comeback after the November international break, but the question was always how soon Slot would be able to turn to the duo. And ahead of Sunday's trip to Man City, Liverpool's head coach revealed he is expecting his No. 1 to be available for the first game back against Nottingham Forest on November 22nd. Alisson for sure will return after the break, and I expect Jeremy back after the international break as well, Slot said, before jokingly adding, because we play from November till March. But I don't expect Jeremy to be fully fit for Forest. But with Alisson, we expect this. While Georgi Mamardashvili has shown promising signs in his first stint in Liverpool's goal, the return of Alisson cannot be understated as Liverpool seek to put their turbulent form firmly in the rearview mirror. In the Brazilian's absence, the Reds have lost 4 and won 3, conceding 11 across the 7 matches. As for Frimpong, reports late last month stated that he was facing a total of 6 weeks on the sidelines, which would result in an early December return. Between November 22nd and December 9th, Liverpool play 6 times in 17 days, and that only adds to the importance of keeping Connor Bradley fit throughout that hectic period. The Dutchman has also been expected to be an option on the right wing when Mohamed Salah departs for the Africa Cup of Nations in mid-December, underlining the importance of his return to the squad. Florian Wirtz won't be limited to left-winger role, insists Arne Slot. Liverpool head coach Arne Slot believes the key to getting the best out of Florian Wirtz is by giving him freedom in the final third. The Germany international had his best game since his $116 million summer move from Bayer Leverkusen, coming inside from a wide left position in Tuesday's Champions League win over Real Madrid. Having been primarily played through the middle, the 22-year-old had defensive responsibilities on the left, but was otherwise allowed to roam and assume positions where he could find the most space and be effective. Slot does not want to pigeonhole the playmaker as a left-sided attacker, as he believes that will not play to his strengths. Florian can play in more than only one position. He can play off the left, which he did almost all the time in Leverkusen when Xabi Alonso came and introduced his 3-4-3 system, and before he played as a 10 in a 4-3-3, said Slot. It is more about getting him positions where he is good, rather than be focused on, is he a 10, is he an 11, is he an 8? We would like to have him in and around the 18-yard box, centrally or a bit more off the left or a bit more off the right for him to create the amount of chances he has already created for us. Sunday's trip to Manchester City presents another tough task, and Wirtz could find himself in a different role against Pep Guardiola's side, as last season at the Etihad. Slot deployed twin number 10s, on that occasion Dominic Szoboszlai and Curtis Jones, in a 2-0 victory. But the Reds boss believes the key to maintaining the momentum from back-to-back victories for the first time since September is consistency. For me, we have reached that level of performance against Madrid in other games as well when the playing style of the opponent was compared to that, said Slot. We always knew we were able to do so. It was helpful to us the other team did what I expected, because in 8 out of 10 games this season we have faced a different playing style than these teams played before. Although there is still a lot of work to be done from the players to get a result like that. What we can expect from City is the playing style we always see. But the difficult thing is they are very good at it and have very good players, so that makes that challenge big again. Heading into the weekend, City and Liverpool are the immediate challengers to leaders Arsenal, 6 and 7 points behind. But Slot is not even thinking about the game in the context of the title race. I only focus on ourselves, he said. We have lost a few games, much more than we usually do, and now we have won 2, so our focus is on getting consistent, improving, and getting players fit, and then we will see where that will lead to. Federico Chiesa's Italy absence continues, but it could benefit Liverpool. Federico Chiesa has been left out of the Italy squad for the third international break of the season, despite regular involvement for Liverpool in recent weeks. Chiesa was omitted from Gennaro Gattuso's squads for the September and October breaks as he prioritized his long-term fitness. He does not feel at 100% and wants to be at 100%, that is the truth, the Italy head coach explained, of his forwards' absence for last month's victories over Estonia and Israel. But after featuring in 5 of the 6 games for Liverpool since those October internationals, Chiesa is still not involved for his country. Gattuso named his 27-man squad for World Cup qualifiers against Moldova and Norway on Friday afternoon, and the 28-year-old again did not feature. Francesco Pio Esposito, Inter Milan; Moise Kean, Fiorentina; Riccardo Orsolini, Bologna; Matteo Politano, Napoli; Giacomo Raspadori, Atletico Madrid; Matteo Retegui, Alcazia; Gianluca Scamacca, Atalanta; and Mattia Zaccagni, Lazio, are Italy's attacking options. That means there are no changes to the forward ranks ahead of 2 qualifiers of major importance as Italy bid for a place in the World Cup qualification playoffs. Chiesa will instead focus on his fitness over the break along with time away, before returning for a crucial period with Liverpool. While Arne Slot would no doubt encourage Chiesa's call-up, and Gattuso arguably should be selecting him on form, a fortnight off could be of great benefit. That is particularly the case as Liverpool are set to lose Mohamed Salah for at least 3 games and as many as 7 between December and January. Salah will join the Egypt squad for the Africa Cup of Nations and is already ruled out of the Premier League clashes with Tottenham, Deck 20, Wolves, Deck 27, and Leeds, Jan 1. He is expected to fly out to Morocco following the visit of Brighton on December 13th, and if Egypt go all the way, he would also miss the games against Fulham, Jan 4, Arsenal, Jan 8, and Burnley, Jan 17, as well as the FA Cup third round. Slot has already named Jeremy Frimpong as an option to fill in on the right flank during Salah's absence, but the Dutchman is currently sidelined with a long-term hamstring injury. Chiesa has been converted to a centre-forward role since joining Liverpool, but is a natural on the right and could be viewed as a reliable stand-in. That is not to overlook his influence from the bench, with 2 goals and an assist from 157 minutes as a substitute so far this season, 1 every 52.3 minutes on average. Pep Guardiola claims he won't take the risk with Rodri versus Liverpool. Pep Guardiola has claimed he won't take the risk with Rodri and Man City's clash with Liverpool on Sunday, though a history of mind games will leave Arne Slot guessing. Rodri missed Man City's 4-1 victory over Dortmund on Wednesday night, with Guardiola revealing a fitness issue before kickoff. That already made the Spaniard a doubt for the visit of Liverpool, and in his pre-match press conference on Friday, the Man City manager appeared to rule his number 16 out. "We'll see tomorrow, but I think we won't take the risk with the international break," he told reporters including the Manchester Evening News' Simon Bajkowski. "We have to wait for the time when he feels strong and fit and can sustain actions in the game that are so demanding. We have to make that step. We are still in November. The best part of the season is ahead of us, and we need him." The Aisha suggestion is that Man City will prioritize Rodri's long-term fitness, having seen the midfielder struggle with injuries since tearing his ACL in September of last year. Nico Gonzalez took up duties in the deep-lying role against Dortmund and is expected to fill in again in Sunday's 4:30 p.m. kickoff, with Mateo Kovacic also ruled out. "We are still playing without a massively important player for us, the Ballon d'Or winner from 2 seasons ago, and we are desperate to have him back," Guardiola continued. "Yeah, but we know that Nico right now is becoming a really important and good player." Of course, it would not be the build-up to a clash between Liverpool and Man City without a measure of mind games from Guardiola. That has often come in putting pressure on the Reds as favourites, but also in casting doubt over the involvement of certain key players. However, the Rodri case could be similar to that of Erling Haaland in the build-up to the same fixture in February of this year. Haaland went unused in a 3-1 victory over Real Madrid days before that clash at the Etihad, with Guardiola telling reporters beforehand that he was uncertain whether he could be involved. The Norwegian missed out entirely, leaving Phil Foden to start up front, and Liverpool secured a 2-0 victory through goals from Mohamed Salah and Dominik Szoboszlai.